So a lot of the time, I sit here and I talk about Z-Laner. I know that. But what about his teammate Destroy? We haven't really touched on his gameplay since Warzone 1, when he was literally locking onto enemies through walls, perfectly tracking enemies through walls, and also pre-aiming situations where he had no indication of an enemy being there. So today, we're going to focus on Destroy in Warzone 3, getting a 37 kill game. And throughout that game, there is some very strange behaviour with his aim. So, let's crack on with the video.
Into the area. Watch the skies.
Sniping on our...
Into the area. Watch the skies.
Sniping on our...
Into the area. Watch the skies.
Sniping on our... 20! Oh my... My God.
I got that. He's right here. Got him. Decent.
My God.
I got that. He's right here. Decent.
My God.
I got that. He's right here. Decent.
I just got the bro. I'm down here. I'm down here.
Attacked by an enemy
On top of this
squad.
building right here?
Evade and survive.
I'm in Mexico.
This guy's trying to smoke to the buy.
Attacked by an enemy.
On top of this building you're here.
Evade and survive.
This guy's trying to smoke to the buy.
Attacked by an enemy.
On top of this building you're here.
Evade and survive.
Smoke to the buy.
Yes, whole team.
On the bridge right in front of him.
Yes, whole team.
On the bridge right in front of him.
Yes, whole team.
On the bridge right in front of him. Going to the buy. Done. Going to the buy.
So now that you've seen them clips, I'm sure a lot of you guys have already made your own assumptions and your own opinions about what's happened in them. I'm going to break them down for you now so I can explain to you why I chose those moments of his gameplay where he got 37 kills to show you that he's doing things that are unnatural in the game. Straight away with this first clip, we can see his aim snap onto the enemy. It's off a little bit and then think there, it locked onto the enemy. This shows me that he actually has a small aimbot field of view, right? It shows me that he's actually a really good player who decided to just use a little bit extra. That's something I've always said about Destroy. It's something I pointed out back in Verdansk when we caught a couple of moments of him snapping onto enemies and tracking enemies through walls as well. You can see it when it's zoomed in a hell of a lot better though, guys. He starts to shoot with his aim to the left of the enemy and it just snaps onto the enemy there. A lot of people will say, oh, it's just aim assist, but let me just explain to you, aim assist doesn't do things like that. So in this next moment now, again, he slides in, jumps up, and his aim locks onto the enemy. This is with an SMG. You see it, it's to the right of the enemy and snaps over to the left, and then strafes perfectly right with the enemy again. Even zoomed in, you can see it a hell of a lot clearer. See the snap onto the enemy there? His aim was completely off target. As soon as he ADS'd, it went straight onto the enemy. And again, this one was very strange because it almost looks like he's got smoothness and speed settings set up. And unfortunately, due to the fact that he's, you know, the enemy's moving quite fast, his aim takes a while to center, but right there is where it centers. There are a couple of moments like that where you can see his aim smoothly moving around the enemy, trying to catch that lock-on point. He clipped him through the fence there as well. Yeah, so you can see where the moments his aim locks onto that enemy and perfectly tracks him down to the ground as well. Same applies with this one. Think, there's the moment. And as the enemy goes down, you can see even when he's un-ADS'd, his crosshair perfectly follows the enemy to the floor. Watch this. Yeah. So his aim was locked on still. This one is more of a snap and lock. The distance between him and the enemy here. He gets the notification from high alert on his right side now, so that's why he turns. His aim again is slightly to the left and locks on. And a lot of these cheaters will cover their aimbot snaps with a jump as well, which is what he done there. And he's done it in a couple of moments already. But when you jump, your aim should jump with you, right? But it doesn't. So it snaps on there. Then he decides to jump and his aim stays locked onto the same location until the enemy goes down. So this one, although both enemies are downed in this clip, it's a perfect aimbot snap from enemy 1 to enemy 2, which is something we see a lot of from Z-Laner. So watch this, he's shooting enemy 1 now as he jumps down, and then think straight up to enemy 2. Even zoomed in, you can clearly see the transfer, and from the way in which Destroy is moving, the way his aim like goes in a diagonal straight line up to the second enemy who's down, it is not very natural at all. It just think, it's that sort of motion. It's a snap. Again with this one, very blatant. He jumps up onto the roof, right? He does know somebody's up there, that's fine. Like, none of these clips are in any way insinuating wall hacks. He sees the enemy's head there already, but then, bing, snaps on, starts lasering him, perfectly tracks him until the enemy is down. And you can see the snap as it happens. That's why we zoom these clips in, so you guys get a clearer understanding, mainly for the people watching on like a mobile phone device. Watch now, watch it snap. So it's to the left, bink. That is an aimbot snap right there, guys. There's no other way to explain it. And this one again, flipping heck. Jumps up onto the roof, aims not center, then it locks on. And before he's even fully ADS'd, he's locked on and shooting that enemy. Watch again. Jumps up, aim at the floor, snap, and shoot. So within these clips, there are some very blatant moments of aimbot snapping on. It's very difficult to show you guys the difference between an SMG up close whilst aimbot is set up compared to using an AR, due to the fact of the distance between you and the enemy. When it's up close and personal, if you have certain speed and smoothness settings set up, they can become affected in a close quarters combat fight compared to having a little bit of range between you and the enemy. But as soon as there's a little bit of range between Destroy and one of his enemies he's shooting with this AR, well, listen, it looks like his aimbot is snapping on all the time. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think Destroy is cheating, or do you think he's just godlike, or do you think he's just the best at the game? Let me know down below. And if you did enjoy today's video, guys, smash that thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our future uploads. And if you guys want to contact me about a streamer you believe is cheating, hit me up on Twitter at BadBoyBeaman1. And one last thing before we go. If you're anything like me and you're dealing with daily stress and a lot of anxiety, believe me when I say this, Supreme CBD products are unreal. These gummies have helped me massively with the anxiety and stress of my everyday workload, and they could probably help you too if you're dealing with those things. I've got other products here as well, including the oil. These drops work great just before you go into bed. For anybody who has like sleepless nights, these can help massively. And I've got plenty of other products to actually test out from them. I've not tried this yet, but it's the deep freeze balm. I've also got the soft gel capsules, and the reason I chose these is because I've got a sweet tooth and sometimes you can go through the gummies a little bit too fast. And guys, if you want to go and take a look yourself, make sure you use code BBB40 at checkout to save 40%. The link is in the description below.